Everybody, big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. We've got people. Just so if you don't, if you're just getting into the coach's corner, you've been here a little bit of time, you could be like an old fogey like John Frick, meaning not that John's old, but he's been here at the coach's corner since the beginning. Okay, so we're going to call him an old fogey. Um, so I don't know where that came from, John, but anyway, he appreciates that. It's a compliment. It's a compliment. Um, What's cool about the coach's corner, and I got to say this morning, I'm just feeling super grateful, is when you look around at the community and the people that watch the recording and that tune in, this thing is all over the place. Like you realize we've got Miss Rose on from the Philippines. We got Masaba on from Uganda. Like we have all of our Canadian family and friends. We love you so much. And all the people across the United States, Africa, Mexico, Colombia, Peru. Like it's just Europe now. It's an incredible community. And I want to say how grateful I am for all of you. Okay. So, and it's a great way to start my day. And so the word for today comes from Miss Vicky, and is I don't see the last name, Andrea. Maybe you can unmute and tell me. Vicky. The word for today, when Andrea unmutes, is called
France.
recharge.
Hold on, let me look. France, like Frantz.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason France. Some reason it cut it off on my end. So
Okay.
the word for today is recharge by Vicky. And we have some amazing birthday people today, this weekend. So we want to shout them out. Nancy Botsford this weekend had a birthday. So you got to give Nancy a big shout out. Chantel 14 had a birthday. Glenda Watson had a birthday as she traveled to watch the Final Four in San Antonio. That's right. We keep up with you. Okay. It was her birthday this weekend. And today, Matthew Botsford. It's like Nancy and Matthew, like they timed this thing out as a married couple to have a birthday really close together. So, Matthew, we hope you have the most amazing day ever, brother. So we're going to jump right into it and then sing to them at the end. So the word for today is recharge. And if you look at the definition of that, it's to restore energy, strength, to refresh your mind, your body, your spirit. Are you a person right now that feels frazzled? Or do you feel like you have got some things in matrix in your life where you're recharging? Think about this. To recharge is like plugging yourself back after your battery is low. One of the things that I'm grateful for in our company that I am a part of is our owners embody recharge. And that's not always the case. A lot of times owners are like, just get out and sell, just get out and work, like just get out and build a team. And our owners are like, no, take these things for your body. Like take time to go exercise, take time for family, take time. And it's like they're telling all of us, hey, those are super important things in our life. And they embody it. And so it makes me want to be better at that. And so to recharge, it's like plugging yourself back in after your battery's running low. Life drains us. Kids, family, work, stress, all these things drain us. I mean, it does. So responsibilities drain us. And just like a phone, we've got to go get recharged or we will eventually shut down. We'll eventually shut down. And I'm talking to myself as much as I am anybody. This was a great word. So, why is it important to recharge? Well, for one, I can't pour from an empty cup. Listen to that again. If we're tired, if we're weathered, if we're running out of gas, if we're running out of steam, you're not going to be able to pour life into people from an empty cup. Doesn't happen, doesn't exist. Got to be able to recharge. The best ideas come when people are well rested and they have energy. The best ideas. Have you ever took the time to go to something like a seminar or maybe you get around an inner circle and you spend the weekend with them and you start collaborating and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got all these good new ideas and you're so excited and you're ready to go tell it to your people. That's a part of recharging. Taking care of ourselves is not selfish. It's survival. We've got to do it. We got to do it. And so I'm speaking to all of us out there right now that's like, man, I'm running, I'm going, I'm doing, take time. That's why right now for me, and I'll turn it to Andrea, I'm really trying in the little moments that I can through podcast and research. I'm really trying to look at people that have lived a very busy life, but they've remained with some checks and balances throughout the day, the week, the month. And one of the things, one of the common threads is every person that is highly successful and has created a lot, one of the things that they do in a 24-hour day is you would be surprised at the amount of time they take for themselves. Like I would say on average, at least 2.5 to 3.5 hours a day out of a 24-hour day period, they're taking for their walks and for their steam room and for their sauna time and for their weight room time and for their cardiovascular time. And like they realize there's so much importance with taking care of this body that God's blessed us with, and we only have one of them. And I can't be at the top of my game if I'm running around and not keeping the focus there every day. And I've really been like impressed when I look at these people at how much time they're putting in a day to that. So Andrea, I'll turn it to you.
Well, great lesson, great reminder, and great sweatshirt. So,
Ooh, what about my Colorado Springs? Yeah, Air Force Academy.
very nice. That was very sweet of them. So the quote that I found, and I'll tell you, this can be a little bit of a struggle for somebody like me. So I'm hearing it, and then I'm stepping on my own toes, and I'm going, okay, lady, like, have you been plugging yourself back in? So we're gonna work on it. But the quote that I found is almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including yourself. And that's Anne Lamott. And so what I looked into was, okay, that sounds lovely, but how? How do we recharge when maybe we feel like a before picture and regardless of what the after is, how do we recharge? So first of all, go take a nap. And I will say that there's a balance here. And I know that I've been on both sides. Have you ever taken like a 20-minute nap and you wake up and you feel like a brand new person? And then you take a 3-hour nap and you wake up and you feel like you've been run over by a train. So find that time that works for you. So I know for me, I am an 18 to 24-minute napper. So if I'm really tired, I'm going to do 24 minutes. But if I do longer than that, well, then I'm going to be a mess. So find your range for your nap so that you can go recharge. Next is to put your phone in do not disturb, even if it's just for an hour. But give yourself that mental space in your mind to unplug from the rest of the world. And I think sometimes we might think we're recharging. Anybody else guilty of falling into that scroll hole where you're like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so overwhelmed, so I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to scroll through Facebook or Instagram or whatever the other ones are. And actually, that can drain us more than anything else. So put your phone down and get off of it for just a little bit. Next is to go outside. Oh my gosh, we all know that feeling when you walk outside and there's sunshine and fresh air, and that gives us that natural energy boost that maybe we didn't even realize we're missing. And sometimes it's a little cloudy, it's a little rainy, but still try to get out there because that can still recharge us. Laugh hard. Find something that you think is funny. Maybe it's a video or a good friend or just a goofy moment, but you know what that feeling is when you have that good, deep belly laugh, and all of a sudden you're energized, and there's nothing wrong in the world anymore once you've had a good laugh. Next is listen to music. I think about, we do events, and corporate has, if you're part of our company, if you're not, you should be. Corporate has a playlist on Spotify, and they have different event playlists. And if you go listen to that, they're upbeat, fun music. So I personally, I have some Spotify playlists that, are upbeat event music. And I'll tell you, if I'm ever feeling a little low, I go put it on, even if it's just for me while I'm getting ready in the morning. And that helps hype me up for the day. It could be anything. It could be worship music. Oh man, doesn't that make you feel more energized? With that, when we take the time to pray or meditate, that silence can be so powerful and so peaceful for our mind. Allow us to slow down and get that moment of recharge. Move your body. And I don't care what it looks like. Go dancing, right? How much fun is it to go dance, especially if you're like me and you're an awful dancer? So you get not only the movement, but you get the laughter for yourself and those around you. That's fun, and it helps you feel more re-energized. Stretch, walk. I don't care what it looks like. Again, just move that body of yours and see how much more recharging you can get. And then lastly, if we really want to recharge, and I think for me, this is the hardest one, but do nothing. Give yourself permission to absolutely do nothing without guilt. Just rest. And maybe that looks like having a book in your hand. Maybe it looks like playing a card game with your son, but maybe it looks like just sitting there, staring out a window, maybe evaluating life for a moment. But by doing nothing, we truly can recharge those batteries. So thank you so much for this word, Vicki. I think this was a good one for today.
I've got, Andrea, a great lesson, but I got to say something before we sing happy birthday.
Perfect.
So there's two ladies on this morning, Brenda Carlton, Michelle McKay, and I want to challenge. I want us to challenge that they've been together. I love them. They're like little Twinkies, like they're just like twinning together. And I got to say this, and I want to challenge all of us today to find one person, because this weekend, both of them said some things to me, and it meant the world. Like Michelle did at a table, doesn't matter what it was. What it was is when we speak life into another human, you never know what it means to them. Brenda Carlton did the same thing. Like she stopped me and she grabbed me yesterday and she said some words to me. They don't know what that did for my day. So here's the thing. We can recharge people. We can recharge people. We have the power. God put it in us. So find somebody today and recharge them by your words of affirmation to them, by just reaching out, sending them a text, send them an audio and go, hey, Ron, I thought about you today. And I mean this. I saw Ron this weekend, him and his lovely wife, and they're life-giving people. They're just good humans. And that's what I want to surround myself with for the rest of my life, is good people like Ron. And so let's find somebody today and do that. And guys, we love you. We're grateful for you. So we're going to unmute the lines. And Matthew Bodford, make Nancy spoil you today, but you got to spoil her because it was her birthday this weekend. So here we go. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Birthday
Happy
to
birthday to
you.
you.
Glenda and Matt.
Happy birthday to you. God bless
Happy
you.
birthday, guys. We love you so much.
Happy birthday. Love you
Love you
guys.
guys.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Thank you,
Have a
Andrea.
blessed
Guys, have a
day.
great day.